While hundreds of thousands of refugees coming to Germany do pose a challenge for the country, many economists believe the influx also represents a great opportunity. Some even argue that the new migrants will help boost economic growth. Well, to talk more about this, I'm joined by the head of the Munich Institute for Economic Research, the IFO. Hans-Werner Sinn, thank you so much for joining us. Here in Germany, we do have many apprenticeship positions that remain unfilled. There seems to be a lack of young people who are in a position to take on these apprenticeships. Could motivated refugees fill that gap?
Yes, in principle, but we are talking about completely different numbers. We have 20,000, 30,000 open positions for apprenticeship, while in the month of September alone, it is expected that 270,000 refugees came. So this is a completely different dimension. The refugees will cost a lot of money for the time being. They come as asylum seekers. It's not an economic issue. It is a humanitarian act.
But with Germany's aging population and a fairly low birth rate, aren't these refugees perhaps the answer to saving the German welfare system, the pension system?
No, they will cost a lot of money. Per month, a refugee costs between 1,000 and 1,200 euros, and it takes years to integrate them into the labor market, which we have to try, of course. And then in the long run, their children indeed may make a positive contribution in net terms. But it is wrong to see it this way. There is war. People are fleeing the war, they look for asylum, and Germany is opening the gates in order to give them asylum and check whether they are applicants who have the right to get asylum. So I hope that other countries would do the same thing, rather than insisting on Germany carrying all the burden.
Well, if the reality is, in fact, that there are people fleeing war, and as a humanitarian country, it is Germany's obligation to allow these people to come here. So what will it take to ensure that these people have the best chance of becoming integrated, both in German society and in the workforce? What do they need?
They need education. They have to learn the language. They have to learn Latin writing. Many cannot read and write. Actually, the education quality of the immigrants is rather low. So they immigrate into the lower end of the labor market, and they will put pressure on wages, which is a major problem for the unions. Germany just introduced a minimum wage, so that obviously conflicts with the immigration of less skilled people.
Well, we'll have to wait and see what happens and hope for the best. Hans-Werner Sinn, thank you so much for talking to us on Made in Germany.
You're welcome.